Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Happy birthday to the United States of America. 250 years isn't all that long in the scheme of things, though, is it? Castles and ruins in England date back to the 1100s, and even that is relatively young when you visit the Middle East in Jerusalem or Iraq and Iran. With some of them, we'd be talking about the 21st century BC. But our little experiment in democracy has lasted 250 years. Many times through those years, it's been far from certain that we would make it through. Our founding fathers were all ready to allow George Washington to become something like a king. Can you imagine switching one King George for another King George? It might have been fine for that generation, since George Washington turned out to be a virtuous, God-fearing, strong leader. But succeeding kings might not have been. In his farewell address in 1796, Washington formally announced his decision not to seek a third term for presidency. This absolutely amazed the rest of the world. No one imagined the peaceful transfer of power, setting a precedent for future presidents. Until Franklin Delano Roosevelt, all other presidents stepped down at 2 terms. By 1951, the 2-term limit became a law with the 22nd Amendment. At the end of his second term, Washington could have continued riding his wave of popularity and held on to his power that he had. He could have made that office something that those who signed the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution had not originally meant it to be. Aren't we glad he didn't? In fact, at his farewell address, Washington warned the nation of political factions, foreign entanglements, and urged the fledgling country toward national unity. Great history lesson for Independence Day, but what does this have to do with the Bible? I'm glad you asked. Paul wrote in Galatians 5:1, "Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty by which Christ has made us free, and do not be entangled again with the yoke of bondage." He said basically the same thing George Washington did, only in spiritual terms. Don't go backwards. Don't exchange one sin for another or slide back into the same sin. Don't let yourself get tangled up in chains that lead back to bondage. God came to earth as a man, lived a perfect life, and died a cruel sacrificial death so that you and I could have salvation, so we could have freedom from sin. Stand strong in this freedom. Paul was talking here specifically of bondage to the law through circumcision, but this could be true of any sin, any chains that our enemy wants to wrap around us. Don't let him. Jesus has set us free. And if the Son has set you free, you are free indeed. So stand fast in that freedom. Call out to God for help and for wisdom when you need it. But don't go backward. What has Jesus set you free from? When was your own personal July 4th? If you don't remember the date, but you know you're saved, why not celebrate what God has done for you along with our country's birthday? And use our country's freedom date as a chance to share what God has done in your life to free you from sin.
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.